how'd you guys go this weekend?
Yeah, look, it was a good weekend for us in the end. It was sort of different cricket out there today. The conditions weren't too favourable for batting, so it's pretty low scoring out on JVO today. But yeah, really pleasing on days like that. We just get the win, tick the wins off, and move forward into the rest of the competition. So yeah, some good individual performances, but plenty of work-ons as well, being early in the season.
So where does this weekend put you in terms of trying to make the 2020 final?
Yeah, I think it obviously puts us in a strong position, being 3 from 4, but still got 3 games to go, and obviously against strong opposition as well. So we're just doing sort of what we need to at the moment. We're certainly not playing outstanding cricket, but you don't necessarily want to be doing that in October. So, you know, I think if we can win a couple of those remaining 3 games, we should hopefully feature in that top 4.
So obviously happy with where you guys are at this point of the year, and that's still more to work on as you go forward.
Yeah, absolutely, and as you'd expect, you know, most of the guys are coming off sort of 5 or 6 months of no cricket, so yeah, and especially when you get sort of conditions like that today, it's obviously very difficult to adapt, but I thought we did a pretty reasonable job, and particularly that last game went down to the wire, but it was great that a couple of guys showed some composure at the end there and got us over the line.
So how did the weather go into the planning of the match as you went on?
Yeah, I think it was probably more so the week of cricket that we'd had out there. Obviously, we sort of had 4 days of the BPL carnival out there, so the pitch was pretty worn and pretty tired from that, and then obviously had to get a little bit of water into it yesterday just to get it up to standard. But yeah, it was always going to be a tough slog today, and then obviously didn't really get much of a chance to dry out with continual showers during the day, and we sort of kept playing through them. So yeah, it wasn't a bad wicket, but it was just really tough to sort of play your shots as you really want to in a T20 game.
So who have you got next?
It's a good question, Pat. We've still got Noosa, Coolum and Gympie to come in this format. So obviously no cricket next weekend with the long weekend, and then the week after we kick off with the 2 days. So yeah, looking forward to that. Obviously a bit of a change from previous seasons. The last couple of seasons we would have moved into the 1 days, but kicking off with the 2 days this year. So, you know, we'll have to obviously adjust and change our training focus a little bit to red ball cricket and just batting long periods of time and building partnerships. But yeah, looking forward to that challenge. The 2-day title is always the holy grail for every team, I think, and important we start off in that format well.
What are your thoughts on having that week off over the long weekend?
Yeah, well, I don't mind it because I'm one of the boys heading up to Cairns. There's a few of us going up to Cairns to represent Sunny Coast in the Bulls Masters. So looking forward to getting up there with some guys from other clubs and mixing with them, and hopefully it'll be a really successful weekend for Sunny Coast. I think it's great that we've put a team into that competition, and you know, it's not that often you get opportunities to sort of tour and go away for a weekend with other clubs and other players. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really exciting week for those guys who are going away, but for the guys who aren't going away, it gives them another week and a week to sort of prepare themselves for that 2-day format.
How many guys from Maroochydore are going to that carnival?
I think we've got 5 of us heading up there, and there's a pretty good representation across the clubs. So yeah, I think you know, speaking to our guys, we're really looking forward to the opportunity to play in some different conditions and play against different opposition and test ourselves against other country regions from around the state. So you know, Schultzy's done a fantastic job of organising it, and really looking forward to getting up there and seeing how the coast goes. Yeah, absolutely. We had a bit of a practice hit as a Sunny Coast team a couple of weeks ago up at Noosa, and you know, we've got a really good bunch of fellas who are going away to that tournament. So you know, looking forward to obviously both on-field and off-field aspects and those sorts of things. And you always want to test yourself against the best. So looking forward to getting up there and seeing what the rest of the state has to offer. That's all. Thanks, Pat. Cheers, mate.